because I feel like I'm in a really bad place, the world's not gonna stop. The sun comes out every day and it goes down every single night. Regardless of if I'm feeling mentally ill, I still gotta move forward, bro. I can't just sit there and be in this slump. You know, life is very strange in the sense of you gotta find a way to balance these things. You gotta make your money, you gotta chase your dreams, but you also wanna have fun and create memories because it's important. I think it's extremely important that you become comfortable with yourself, you become best friends with yourself, because at the end of the day, all you really got, right, when you lay your head down at night and you go to sleep, all you got is yourself. Just because you got money, you don't get to just go treat your body like shit, because your body is an instrument that got you there. I think in life, I wouldn't say it's about making life easier. I would say it's more so about preparing yourself for the hard times. You gotta just take that leap. You gotta take that risk. And if it fails, it fails. But then try something else right away. Just keep going and keep going and keep trying different things. They keep failing. Every time you fail, bro, you get stronger mentally.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the On the Pursuit podcast. Dak in DTLA. Had to get this guy on, you know what I'm saying? He's been going crazy on social media. There's no way you can't not notice him, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's the flashy cars, just inspiring, motivating, showing people your journey, and then obviously getting to the money, of course. You know what I'm saying? So MambaFX.
How you doing, bro?
Welcome to the podcast, bro.
Sir.
Yeah. So why don't we just start off with the name, man? Like where the name come from? Because mostly when people obviously think about Mamba, they think about Kobe. So of course, is it deriving from there, or where
Yeah. So you know, I started trading, I would say about maybe like a year before he had passed away. And I was doing decent. I was making a little bit of money here and there. But the day that he had passed away, because I've always been a Laker fan, a Kobe fan my whole life, you know, just the way his work ethic, obviously the game of basketball in general, you know, the way he approaches every day. And I've always looked up to him because of those reasons. But the day that he passed away, I remember crying. I was crying all day, bro. I was hurt like that. That shit was rough.
You remember exactly it's like one of the moments where you remember.
It's one of those moments, man. I was just sitting there on the couch, and my grandma had actually called me, and she was like, you know, like, I heard what happened. I'm sorry. And I'm like, you know, what are you talking about? And I'm like, what? And she's like, Kobe just passed away. I'm like, nah, it ain't no way. I hung up the phone and looked into it, and I seen like, nah, he really passed away. And that hit me hard, man. I was crying and shit because huge Kobe fan. And I went upstairs, and I remember I was like, I'm gonna do all this shit for Kobe. I'm gonna live through Kobe. I'm gonna chase my dreams, and I'm gonna, you know, he always had this one quote where it was, he always wanted to be better every single day than he was the day before.
Yeah, 100%.
Not the last week, but the day before, every single day. So every 24 hours, you should be better than you were the 24 hours before that. So, you know, that stuck with me, and I said, that's what I want. I want to feel like that. I want to be like that. I want to live like that. And that's when I changed my Instagram name, because before it was like MambaFX. It was like some stupid shit I came up with when I was younger. And I was like, nah, I'm not feeling that no more. And then I was like, I'm going to change it to Mamba, and I'm going to do it for Kobe. And I remember writing on Instagram saying, you know what, from this day forward, everything I do is for Kobe. I'm changing my name officially. And in 1 year, I guarantee I'm going to have a purple Lamborghini. Because at that time, I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing. I had like I didn't have a car at all. So I said that. I changed my name. And a year later, I was in a purple Lamborghini. You know, but obviously I put in the work and the time. It wasn't just like, oh, get lucky.
Yeah.
It wasn't Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Rented a year later just to say you did it.
Right. But no, you know, so a lot of motivation there, bro, and it stuck with me, and I've just kept that name ever since. And you know, that's who I am now. That's my identity. So
prior to that, what was your identity?
My name was like MambaFX, and it was nothing, bro. It was just, I was young. I just had it was my rap name, because I want to be a rapper growing up too.
Yeah.
And so it was just Breeze, Breeze. It ain't mean nothing, bro. It was nothing. It was just a random nickname that I gave myself as a rapper. And then you know, I had changed it for the best.
So I guess talking more about the identity piece, when you passed away, obviously that quote stuck with you, and then you made that affirmation, right?
Yeah.
What was your actual like mental state prior to that, right? Because you had to switch the gears, and then you got into something, right? You got into a vehicle that could get the result that you want, right? So were you in trading prior, or did you get into trading at that point? What was the switch? Like, who were you prior to that?
Yeah, so I was trading for about a year, I would say. prior to that, I was attempting to trade, trying to trade. I wasn't making a lot of money. A lot of times I would lose a lot of money each month. So things were kind of like not doing so well. But yeah, bro, I would say I was aspiring to be a trader. I was aspiring to be an entrepreneur and make money. But at the same time, it wasn't going so well. I honestly think I needed that switch, that change, and that motivation to really get me there. I don't think I had that motivation quite yet. I was motivated, but as most people are in life, you can be motivated, but there's a difference between feeling motivated and, taking that motivation and applying discipline and actually, chasing your dreams. It's a big difference because a lot of people are motivated, but being motivated is not enough. That's not enough to be successful. That's not enough to actually, capture your dreams or get to those goals. It's going to be a lot more than just motivation. Yeah. You need more. So I think it was a spark for me. Rest in peace to Kobe. And, I just feel like I did what I could. Yeah.
What was it about trading that was attractive for you to get into it?
For me, bro, like I've always been a hustler. I always want to make money no matter what it is or how it's going to be done. I always want to make money. When I was younger, I was flipping stuff in my house. I was going on little Goodwill runs, buying product and then reselling it on eBay for profits. Like I was doing at 16, 15 years old, doing shit like that, making money. But trading was something that was like, you could do it from home. This seems easy. I just had a new kid. I just had a baby. And I needed to make money. And it just seemed very, very simple. I found out the hard way that it's not simple. And I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like it was easy or nothing, or it's an easy way to go about life. But if you can get to that goal and you can actually become a successful trader, then it is something that's like very convenient to you. You can be anywhere in the world. You could be at home. You can trade from your phone. You have a computer. So I think that's a very attractive thing to me. That's a very attractive thing to anybody when it comes to the world of trading. That's what really grabbed my attention though, was just being able to do it from home, being able to do it, being able to, be with my family, with my child, raise my child, but be able to make money all in the same room. That's something that was attractive to me when it comes to trading. But, I've always been grinding, bro. I've been doing anything I can to make money. And, it's kind of how it is.
So a friend of mine, he made a couple $1 million in trading options, right? And when he did it the second time, he did it the first time, lost the bread, got it back. So when he did it the second time, he actually went on a tour. I helped him put this tour together, and we went to 6 different cities, right? But his whole message was like the emotions behind trading, right? Yeah. Because you can get in a situation where you might, you got the skills, you got the tactics, but then your emotions might get into play. You know what I'm saying? You might stay in a trade too long, or maybe you don't, you kind of stray away from what got you to success, right? So how do emotions, take play for yourself?
You know what, man? When it comes to trading, emotions are everything. It's all about psychology. It's like, to me, it's 90% psychology and emotions and 10% actual trading skills. Because you can have a perfect technique, right? You can have a perfect way of trading. And at the end of the day, if you can't sit there and understand it's okay to take a loss, or understand that you got to hold this trade till you hit your take profit, then you're not gonna be a successful trader. There's different aspects of trading. Obviously, there's different aspects of anything you do in life, but you got to be able to have all these components put together to be successful. You can't just, I got the best strategy out there. This is the best trading strategy that's ever been made. But if you ain't got some type of psychology, or you can't control your emotions, that strategy is worth nothing, bro. That strategy is worth zero, because there's times where you got to get into a trade and you might be up, let's say $300-$400 on your account, right? You feeling good. I'm gonna take that out right now. Let me just take that out because it's $400. Let me take that. Next trade comes around, you're down, let's say you're down on $200, $300. You start to if you don't have proper risk management and psychology, you might start to look at those two numbers and start doing the math on them and saying, oh shoot, I made 400, I'm about to lose 200. That puts me at a positive 200. See, you're already doing too much. You're already doing too much thinking. Why are you thinking this much while you're trading? If you have a strategy, stick to the strategy. Because once you start adding these numbers up and you start getting emotionally attached to the numbers, then you're going to be like, damn. And it's going to go bad. It's going to go bad fast, bro. You know what I'm saying? People think that it's just a strategy. Let me just find a good strategy. Nah, find a good strategy and stick to that strategy and actually just follow your plan every single time. Because people get too emotional when they trade, bro. They be getting too attached. And I get it. It's your money. You don't want to see your money go down. You know what I'm saying? You value your money so much. But you got to stick to your strategy, because I'm telling you, bro, like, I've seen 99% of traders come in and fail because they let their emotions come in. They let their feelings get involved. You can't let your feelings get involved, bro. Once you start doing math and doing numbers and trying to figure out how much you're going to make, how much you're going to lose, what does that tell me? That tells me that you just forgot about the strategy anyways, and now you inputting all this other stuff that it didn't matter. So it's a lot of numbers, it's a lot of math, but at the end of the day, it's mostly emotions, mostly psychology.
So how do you when you're learning a strategy, okay, let's say somebody's watching this right now. They're like, damn, you know, I've been thinking about trading. Maybe this is an affirmation for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah.
So as they're learning the strategy, how do they start to also manage their emotions? Is that two different skills that they need to learn? Does the emotions come along with the risk management as you're in these strategies and obviously trading more and more? Like, how do you start strengthening the emotion part?
So, you know, I always say this with anything in life. It could be, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a singer, rapper, whatever. It doesn't matter what the case may be. It's two things that you need to be successful on any endeavor you take on. And that's one, discipline, and two, time. Now, what I mean by that is anybody can have discipline, right? Any average person can have discipline. For how long, though? You gonna have discipline for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? But can you have discipline for a month? Can you have discipline for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? Can you have discipline for a year? The thing about it is, if you can't take that discipline and actually use it for more than 10%, 20, 30% of the job, you gotta do it for 100% of the job, right? You wanna be a good trader, find discipline and keep that discipline until you actually become successful in that industry. So, for example, you want to go to the gym, right? And you have discipline. You go there for a week, right? 2 weeks, you start to see a little bit of results, and then you start slacking. Did you have discipline in those 2 weeks? Yes, absolutely. You had discipline. You showed that you're disciplined, but you didn't allow time. You didn't allow that time to take place. It takes time for good things to happen. That's the same thing in trading. When you have to develop psychology, or you have to become, you know, conditioned to the markets, you got to be able to stay disciplined consistently and allow time to take its course. Because it's something that comes with time. You can't, it's not an overnight thing. You know what I'm saying? I took 2 years. It took me 2 years to become successful trading. So in those 2 years, I was disciplined, and I lost and I lost and I lost, but I stayed disciplined and I never gave up. I continued to just go through all this doubt. And, you know, people told me, you're not going to be successful and ain't no way you're going to make it in life. And I said, nah, I'm going to stay disciplined. I might be losing now, but I'm going to just stick this thing through, and I'm going to just continue and continue and continue. And eventually, I mean, bro, doing that shit for 2 years, eventually you're going to get it, bro. Like, eventually it's going to start to click. You're going to start to see patterns. Okay, on this day, you know, I took a trade. It didn't work out. Let me see what happened. You do that every day for 2 years, eventually you're going to really start to catch these patterns of like, okay, the markets don't really push during this time, you know, because we got news events. Now I understand news events. Or we got markets, you know, we break a support line, or a lot of people might not know what I'm talking about, but a support line or a trend line, you break through that. It's a certain pattern that happens with the candlesticks. Every time this pattern happens, it ends up being a loss. You do that for 2 years consistently, you just start to see things, you start to really understand things. And then on top of that, you get your emotions in check. After 2 years of trading and losing and being disciplined and realizing I'm probably going to lose on some of these trades, it's okay. As long as I win more than I lose, I'm going to be successful.
100%.
And eventually just doing that for 2 years, I mean, you just get it, bro. You just get it. But that's the hardest part, bro. Just like when you work out and you got a six pack now, you've been working out for a year. You got abs, you got muscles, you got all these different things. You had to stay disciplined that whole time to see those results. Because people who don't actually stick to it and they cut back to the old ways, they're not going to see the results. So
yeah, facts.
I think the most important thing is just sticking to it, not giving up, and just staying disciplined through all the hard times. And just letting time take its course, really.
Yeah.
Good things come with time, right? Nothing happening overnight.
No, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. And that's with everything. I think
Anything,
I think in some cases, like, people want to look at one category, like I can get a fast result,
right.
But they forget that okay, cool. If I'm looking to make money for or if I want to start a new business or something, the time aspect of it, like you mentioned,
Of course.
is not there.
Right.
Like they're looking for something to happen in the
Right,
week.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then like, oh, this don't work.
Right.
They're not staying in it long enough. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You can even look at somebody like, we give an example, bro. Let's say someone like Drake, right? You seen them out of nowhere. They come out of nowhere, right? They blow up out of nowhere. They got all this money coming in. All these songs are blowing up. They make all this money. But you don't see what they was doing before that.
Yeah.
You don't see, like, Drake been doing this shit for years and years and years, grinding his ass off. You don't see that. You just see out of nowhere this dude pops up. Oh man, this dude popping. He got all this money, all these hoes, all these cars. But it been 10 years he been trying to make music. He been doing acting. He been doing all these different things to try to become successful. A lot of people don't see all that. But what he did is he took the time, perfected his craft, and he stayed disciplined and consistent, and he kept going and going and going. And now he's successful.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in trading. It's the same thing if you want to do e-commerce, you want to do Amazon, you want to own a business. Businesses don't come up and, make you money the next day. Businesses you're going to lose probably for a year or 2 years
100%,
before you actually become profitable. So when people come in, they see these businesses that are succeeding, or they see this guy who's become very successful. It wasn't overnight. It might seem overnight to you because you didn't know him before, but he was grinding and he was working his ass off to get to where he is now. So just understand that, and any endeavor you're taking on as well is going to take time. You just got to, allow time to take. I don't even know how to word that.
Yeah, allow time to take its
Allow
course.
time to take its course.
Yeah.
And stick to it. That's all there is to it, realistically.
So you're a successful trader now, entrepreneur. What were some of the hardest things that you had to experience, that you learned from, you had to go through, grow from, that helped you become who you are?
For me, the hardest thing I ever went through in my life has been mental illness. When I was younger, I dealt with a lot of depression. I dealt with a lot of anxiety, things of this nature. And the reason I had dealt with this was because at a young age, I had gone to my dad's house a lot. I visited my dad, and he wasn't the greatest influence. He let me do a lot of stupid shit. He let me drink. I don't know if I should say that, but I don't really give a shit. He ain't talking to me no more anyways. But he let, I was 12 years old. He'd let me drink. He'd let me smoke weed. He'd let me do whatever I want. I was running the streets, 11, 12 years old. That's crazy to me now because I got kids now. I'd never let my kids do that. But at 11 or 12 years old, think about it. Your brain's still developing. You're not even halfway to where your brain needs to be to start smoking weed and start drinking. 11 years old, that's ridiculous. But I went out on the streets one time. I picked up some weed and it ended up being laced. So I smoked laced weed. We're talking about 11 and a half, 12 years old smoking laced weed. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine what I went through that night. I was seeing things, hearing things, tripping out.
You was by yourself, or you?
I was by myself.
Okay.
My dad was in the other room, but I wasn't gonna tell him nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm tripping up with myself, hearing voices, seeing shit. I'm all messed up. And that really messed me up for, I would say, years and years and years, because it wasn't like, oh, it was just one bad trip. The next day I was fine. Nah, I was scared. I was tripping. I was 12 years old, going through mental illness now because I'm worried, like, what just happened to me? What did I just feel? My brain's not all the way developed. And they have studies on this already that say, like, at 11, 12 years old, you can't be smoking weed. You can't be doing drugs. You can't be doing drugs at 20, 30 years old. So imagine 12 years old. So that messed my brain up a little bit.
Your brain's still developing.
Yeah, and that caused a lot of turmoil in my own brain. And man, I went through a lot of mental illness from there. I was in and out of hospitals trying to figure out what's wrong. I was dizzy all the time. I didn't understand what was going on. But what that did for me is it allowed me to understand, like, life's not perfect. The world's not perfect. It's a really scary place we live in. It's a beautiful place, but it can be scary too at times. So understanding that world's not perfect, life's not perfect, I knew that if I wanted to be happy in life, for one, I had to push all that to the side. I had to understand that just because I feel like I'm in a really bad place, the world's not going to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The sun comes up every day and it goes down every single night. Regardless of if I'm feeling mentally ill, I still got to move forward, bro. I can't just sit there and be in this slump. By the time I was 16, I was still going through mental illness extremely bad, but I had my first baby. I had my son. I was 16. And, when I had my son, this is where things started to change for me, in a positive way, because I realized I feel like shit, right? I'm feeling mentally ill and drained and depressed. But he not feeling that way. He's not feeling depressed. He's not feeling sad. You know, he just wants to play with his toys. He just wants to drink his babas and have a good day. So why am I going to allow my depression and the things I'm going through affect him? I start living for him, bro. I start understanding that I got to live for that boy. I got to make sure he's okay. I got to take care of him. Fuck all that nonsense, all that depression I'm going through. It don't mean nothing, bro. I got to take care of this kid. I got to take care of my girl at the time. And that's when I started to look into trading and making money and becoming an entrepreneur. And I think focusing on all of that, focusing on my children, you know, she got pregnant again fast too. So she's gonna have another baby on the way. I think going through all of that, it really just kind of took my mind off the depression and everything I was going through. And eventually that shit just faded away. And I realized that this is real life now. It's no more games. It's no more being depressed. It's no more, you know, going through what I was going through. And that saved me, bro. Having my kid and all that all saved me, bro. So, you know, I went through a lot of really dark times. I went through some good times. But all those things together, it molded who I am now. And I'm proud of where I am now. So I'm happy that I went through those times. And if I could take it back, I wouldn't. I'll go back and still smoke that shit. And I would still get fucked up because it made me who I am, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm happy where I'm at now.
You learned the lessons from
I
that.
learned a lot from it, yeah. And I'm going to make sure my children never, you know, live how I lived at that age. I'll never be the dad that, you know, I want to be the best father I can be. And my dad wasn't. So, you know what I'm saying? So
I heard like Andrew Tate, Patrick Bet-David, share at like different interviews talking about like feeling depressed, anxious. It's really just like just in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people they'll get like maybe prescriptions over the counter or whatever, and it'll keep them medicated. You know what I'm saying? It'll stay in that state. So as you was navigating your depression, right, and your anxiety, do you feel like having your son allowed you to make that switch, and do you realize it was more in your mindset? Like how would you describe that?
Yeah, you know, one thing I'll say, I do feel like depression and anxiety is something that you can let take over. It's something that, you know, it really is in your mind. However, in my case, in my situation, I will say is a little bit different because you got to remember, I wasn't just feeling depressed and having anxiety for no reason. I had a substance that had messed me up.
100%.
These are substances that, you know, kill people.
Yeah.
There's substances that make people schizophrenic, which that's not in your mind. You start hearing voices and seeing shit, you really messed up. So my situation is a little bit different, but you know, when it comes to mental illness, there's just differences. I think depression is something that it's not always something that you can control. You can become depressed because of certain situations. Some people are fit better than others to deal with depression, but I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, it's something that you can just push away. It ain't nothing. It's just a mental state. Like, just forget about it. I would never say that. I do disagree with them in that sense, but I do think that you do have a lot of control over to what extent of depression you have. Do something about it. If you feel so depressed all the time, go out there and do something. Go be happy. Chase your dreams. Find a passion and chase it. You can control that aspect. But I don't think that it's like, nah, fuck being depressed, that's gay. Like, I don't feel like that, bro. A lot of people say stuff like, I don't feel like that. I disagree with all that.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah.
Is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
So where's your family life, right? So you talked a little bit about your dad. What was that relationship like? And then what's the relationship like with your mom?
So with my dad, you know, I had seen him when I was younger. I'd go visit him and stuff. It's not like I didn't know who he was. I'd visit him. I'd see him like once a month. Not that that's a lot, bro, but I would see him once a month. And he was cool or whatever. We didn't really have like a strong connection ever. It's hard to have a strong connection with somebody when you see them once a month.
100%.
But eventually he ended up getting a new wife, which him and my mom were never together like that anyways, but he finally got a wife and ended up having a new baby. And that's my sister, who I don't see. And, you know, when he had her and he got close and happy with his wife, he kind of forgot about me. And he was like, man, I ain't gonna mess with that because, you know, a lot of girls are crazy, bro. Like, a lot of girls are crazy. Let's just be honest. And she's one of those girls that's crazy. And it's kind of like, man, don't talk to him. You ain't got to talk to your son. This is your family now. And he listened and he's okay with that. He was okay with saying, you're right. I'm going to just stick with you guys. This is my family. yada, 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 all that bullshit. And then stopped talking to me, bro. So he chose a girl over his son. He chose a new family over his son. And I'm cool with it. It is what it is. But I just had to just deal with it from now on. He had called me the other day though, and he was like, you don't ever hit me up. You never talk to me. And I'm like, the fuck is you talking about? Like, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna hit you up when you ain't talked to me in years, for one. And I'm not a kid now, but I'm your kid, I'm your son, and you ain't never made no fucking effort to call me or talk to me. But you're mad because I don't make an effort to call you. Why would I make an effort to call my dad who's not really even been around? That's weird shit to me.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time for that. Like, I'm grinding now, I'm making money. I got my own families to worry about. I got a bunch of kids to take care of. And you talking about I gotta call you and make an effort. Man, you ain't never made an effort in your damn life. I'm gonna make an effort now, bro. I ain't interested no more. And, you know, he had called me once he started seeing I was making money, I was successful. He seen me on YouTube one time. And that's when he started calling me again, which this was recently, a few years ago. And I'm not playing that shit. Now you see I'm up, you want to call me and sit and be cool and get some advice and stuff. Man, nah.
So for the record though, your dad's still alive.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, he alive. Yeah. Not to me, but he alive to somebody. You know what I'm saying? But he's dead to me for sure now. Yeah, I don't talk to him.
So I had a so my dad passed when I was 12.
Okay.
And the situation you just described where you know, your dad got a new family, that actually happened with my grandpops. You know what I'm saying? So my mom's has a big substance abuse problem, you know what I'm saying? Kind of to your point, like you mentioned like your mom and your dad, like they had a, you know, maybe situationship or whatever. So I feel like that's probably what happened with my mom and my dad. And I think my dad got my mom addicted, you know what I'm saying, to drugs. So all my memories with my mom, I was going to crack houses with her. You know what I'm saying? I seen her do crack. I seen her shoot up, you know what I'm saying? I seen it in all these different situations. And her dad, my grandpops, he knew this, obviously, you know what I'm saying? And he knew that she had a son, which was me. Whatever situation he was going through with my grandma, who my grandma became my guardian, so she was like my mom. Whatever situation they was going through, he let that prevent him from being a father to his daughter, my mom, who was clearly needed a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom passed away when I was 15, so she was like 33. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up moving to a whole nother state, got married, had like 3 more kids, never connected to family, never came to see me. And his mom, my great grandmother, like I was taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? And then when she ended up passing away, he flew home. She left me like a little bit of bread. He stole the bread. You know what I'm saying? Him and I almost fought like in the hallway of our house. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, you know, the correlation I'm making here is like the moments that we go through really do shape us and allow us to grow. You know what I'm saying? And give us a perspective like you said, you're never gonna have a relationship with your kids. You know what I'm saying? You know how it affected you, right? You're also not gonna let someone just take advantage of you or just come back in your life just because they see that you're successful. Because if it was another way, you probably wouldn't hear from this person. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
bro. A lot of times too, these negative things, it's not just negative. I mean, you go through the negativities too, but you also understand, you know, down the line when you become a man, what not to do. It teaches you what not to be,
100%,
what not to do and how not to act, or why not to get involved with drugs or you know, be a certain way. You know how you felt. You felt hurt as a kid because you didn't have your dad. You might have wished you did. So now you have kids. You make sure you don't do that. You be there for your kids. You know what I'm saying? So it molds you. Like you said, it shapes you, bro. It really does. A lot of people think that negativity and like, or things you would call bad are always so bad, but sometimes it's actually good.
No, they lessons.
Because it's lessons and it teaches you what not to do in life and how you can, you know, do different things to have better results. Yeah. So I think a lot of bad things can be good.
So what's your inspirations, bro? Like, you talked about, you know, being disciplined, obviously being accountable, showing up, putting together a long string of discipline so you can get to your success. So obviously you mentioned Kobe, right? But is it what's the inspo now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like my inspiration right now, just in general, is my children. I have I got a lot of kids.
What's a lot?
5.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
Is that with plan?
A few
Okay.
little mix. We got a little mix, but so I got 5 kids. I got a couple baby mamas, and you know, with these kids, not only are they my everything, but I know they all look up to me, and I just want to make sure that I can give them a life that they never got to work if they ain't got to. Of course, I want them to work. I want them to own businesses and do their own things, but I want to put my children in a position where they don't have to work. If they don't want to. Of course, that's not how it's going to be because I'm going to be strict with them. But I want to be able to put them in a position where they don't have to.
Yeah.
They ain't got to struggle. They don't got to know what it's like to go through what I went through. And at the end of the day, I want businesses that they can run right off the jump. So when they turn 18, one of them is going to run maybe the hotels I own, but they're going to help manage those. One of them might trade with me. I might have one that can trade, teach one to trade, you know, things like that. I want to have them all set up to do things that they love, but it's not just about businesses and teaching them how to like run businesses. I want them to be able to chase their dreams and have that freedom.
Yeah.
I want my kids to be able to go in, if they want to be a singer, chase that dream, chase that passion, because it's hard to chase a dream. It's hard to become a singer or whatever the case may be if you constantly got to work a 9 to 5.
100%.
If you got to work a 9 to 5, it's hard to be anything successful in life outside of success you find with that 9 to 5 and making that money. It's a lot of things in this world that people want to do, but they can't because of lack of time. And it's not just a lack of time, but it's the fact that they got to fill that time with a 9 to 5 that's paying them nothing. So I can put my kids in a position where they can go and chase their dreams, be financially okay. That's what I want to do. If my son want to be a singer, work on that passion, chase that dream, hit the studio every day. Financially, you're going to be good because I set you up for it. But I think that's my main inspiration right now is my children, one way or another, is always going to be my children. When you make children and you bring them into this world, you have a lot of responsibility, and you have to start to make sure that they're okay. I always put them before me now. Like, I'm not worried about how I'm feeling. I'm worried about how are they feeling? What are they doing in school? You know, what do they want to be in life? Or you know, they want to have fun. How can I make sure that they have fun that day? That's all I'm worried about now. It's got nothing to do with me no more. I got my money. I got my chains, the cars, the jewelry, the houses. I'm set for life. But now, instead of looking for these financial things within myself, I want to actually, you know, how am I trying to say this? Instead of trying to find financials for myself, which I've already gotten, I'm more worried about creating memories. Experiences, memories. I want my children to enjoy every aspect of life and not be like, man, my dad, all he does is work, work, work. Nah, my dad gave me a great life. He gave me a great experience. He showed me memories. I remember when I was 12 years old, we did this, and that. You know, that's what I want to do now. That's my goal now, is to create those memories.
What's up, y'all? I'm standing in the middle of the street and I'm willing to risk it all because I want you to grow, whether through paid or organic measures. Over the next 5 days, the Audience Growth Challenge, we're going to be teaching you podcast guesting strategies, video marketing strategies, social media, predictable viral creation strategies, the power of radio and digital PR. And these strategies are what you need to grow your business over the next 4, 6, 9, even 12 months to skyrocket your success. So if you want to join the challenge, all you got to do is click the link below and join the Audience Growth Challenge and join it as a VIP. Let's get it.
So how does financial literacy play a role in your life, right? Because a lot of people, they struggle with finances. You know what I'm saying? And to your point, they can't really, and I like how you put that, right? They can't really experience moments and experiences because they're worried about having to pay bills or doing that 9 to 5 to get paid what they're getting paid, but they're only getting paid enough to go get the next shit. You know what I'm saying? So how does financial literacy play a role in your growth as an entrepreneur?
One thing I want to say too is life's difficult in general. Life is very difficult because it's like you want to enjoy life, right? You want to have these moments. You want to enjoy your life. You want to do fun things. But at the same time, for one, you need money to do these things. And for two, getting money is not easy. It also takes time. So, you know, life is very strange in the sense of you got to find a way to balance these things. You got to make your money. You got to chase your dreams, but you also want to have fun and create memories because it's important. You only live once. You got one life to live. So it's important that you create memories and have fun, but it's also important that you create financial freedom. So it's very strange, but you got to be able to find both. How can you find both? How can you plan these things? And that's why I always say in life, discipline, motivation, all these things will get you far, but it's also a lot of timing. And I don't mean time. This time I mean timing. Timing in life. Can you afford to take 3 years to really grind, find your passion, you know what I'm saying, and make financial freedom for yourself? But understanding that in those 3 years, you might not be able to have a lot of fun. You might not be able to make those memories, and you might miss out on a lot of good times. Life's ticking, bro, and time keeps ticking. And it's like, damn, in those 3 years, you're working extremely hard. You don't get to have fun like you want to. And what if at the end of that, in those 3 years, you don't find the success you was looking for? So now you just wasted 3 years chasing a passion, not being able to have fun. You might have stayed disciplined, and it still didn't work out. Life's rough, bro. Life is extremely tough. And, you know, this is a scenario for a lot of people. And that's why
that's a real good point, bro.
A lot of people ain't going to even find success till they're 30, 40 years old. And it's sad, bro. It's sad. And I hate that for people, bro. I wish that everybody in this world could just chase their dreams and money not matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. Obviously, I like it. I like to flash and, you know, show off. But if it was up to me, I really wish that there was a way for everybody to just have fun, have a good time, bro, and not have to worry about these things. Because like I said, you could spend 3 years chasing your dreams all for nothing. You got to start back over from scratch. Is it worth taking that risk? Of course it is, because you don't want to just say, oh, I had fun, but now look where I'm at financially. I'm a bum.
100%, yeah.
But at the same time, you want to have fun. So life is just really, as beautiful as life is, it can also be extremely hard, bro. And it's like, damn. You know, when you start to think of things like that, it's like, damn. Life can be some mystery, bro. it's a damn mystery.
Using that as like, okay, if we set the stage from that and someone's like, yeah, you know what? I do want to be more successful. I understand. I do have something that I want to, like, you know, go in 2-3 years on and focus on. But I have people in my life that they're not on that wave. That they don't necessarily want to do something like that. But I'm in this environment. That might be where I live at. That might be the friends I grew up around. You know what I'm saying? It might be just people that are just in my circle. You know what I mean? So how could somebody navigate that? You know what I mean? Because if you're going back to the same apartment or home in the environment and energy is low, you try and come up out of that. Or if you got friends that you've known since you grew up, but they're not aspiring to do anything more than what they're already doing, how can somebody navigate that to get to success?
You know, I have a very strong opinion on this. I always say, man, cut out the cancer before it spreads. Now, what I mean by that is,
cut out the cancer before it spreads.
Yes. Yeah. So let's say you got a girl in your life. I'm gonna use a girl as an example because I'm sure everybody at home got a girl. They trying to mess with a girl. I mean, we all do it. You got a girl in your life who you love, right? You love her. She makes you feel good. She got your back here and there. But when it comes to chasing your dreams, she's in the way, right? And it's a good example, right? And I've had this in the past. I've had a girlfriend, or I've had a girl who, you know, I'm at home and I need to really grind, right? I need to really step it up because I feel like I'm slacking. And let's say, for instance, the next day I need to spend at least 8 hours on the charts. I need to learn more about trading, and I need to spend those 8 hours there. But my girl, she's, you know, man, nah, babe, come on, just lay down. Let's watch some Netflix, or let's go get some food. Let's do this, let's do that. This is going to sound crazy, but I'm cutting that bitch right off, right away. And I've done that before. And even now, and where I'm at now, I'm still very disciplined. And I've had girls come over, you know what I'm saying? They spend the night. And the next day, I got to go, let's say, to this podcast, right? And I really need to, you know, get on a podcast. I'm trying to get more exposure.
Yeah, you showed up on time, too.
I did show up one time.
100%.
Yeah, and I have a girl there right now, too. And that's what I got to go. And this is the example I'm saying. That girl said, nah, like, just, you ain't got to do no podcast. You already got money. You good. Just chill.
Oh, that's what she said to you?
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I'm going to never talk to that girl again. That girl's cut off.
She don't know.
You know what I'm saying? She don't even know, but she's cut off because now you're getting in my way. You already created, I have a great environment. I love my environment. It's just me, myself, my brother. We're very disciplined. And you come into my environment, you try to change things, I'm not going to let it get that far. That's it. It's cut off. That girl's no longer in my life. I came to the podcast. I'm going to go home. I'm going to work out. I'm going to grind. And I'm going to continue doing my thing. So if anybody comes into my life and I feel like they have any type of bad influence on the things I want to do in life, my motivations, my discipline, then that's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut it before it spreads.
Yeah.
And I think if you're at home right now and you got a girl, a friend, family, I don't care if it's your mom, and it's a bad influence, and you feel like it's unmotivating to you and what you got going on, it's okay to cut that person off. That doesn't mean you can't find that person again one day when you find your success. But if they start getting in your head again and making you feel like, you know what I'm saying, unmotivated, just cut them off. Don't let it spread. Don't let it continue to overwhelm you and consume you.
Yeah.
I don't mind cutting anybody off. I'll cut my own mom off if it means bettering myself and my kids.
Yeah.
So
you just really just say, identify like a high level of self-awareness, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, we have the podcast. You just talked about a real moment. You know what I'm saying? So people have to be in those moments and realize this is a decision that I can make, right? Like, oh, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna watch this Netflix real quick. That's a moment where you can decide discipline. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you're able to grow, maybe get a little closer to getting to that next level.
of course.
And you made that decision. Well, you made that decision, but they can make that same decision. You know what I'm saying? Because we're constantly gonna have those moments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, cool, yeah, I can get on this plane. It might be 10 hours. It's gonna put me in this environment. I can meet these people, but nah, I don't feel like doing that right now. But that's a moment.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're able to make that decision in real time or not make it, but then self-reflect on that. And then, like you said, life is interesting, right? So life is gonna continue to give you the same thing, maybe in a different version, until you learn a lesson. Of course. You keep bumping your head against the wall.
Of course.
In that situation.
And like you said, like, it really is self-awareness. Don't let anybody else
at the highest level.
At the highest level, don't let anybody else ever influence you. You can only influence yourself. You know what I'm saying? You make your decisions. Don't let nobody else persuade you to do anything in life, whether it's, you know, you got to go to that podcast, but you're not going because that girl persuades you to stay home. It would have been easier for me to stay home, continue getting a massage, you know what I'm saying, watching Netflix.
Yeah, or you've been like, yo, let's just do it when you're back in LA.
Exactly. That's the easy choice.
Yeah.
But I don't want the easy choice.
Facts.
I want the choice that's going to make me better in life and more successful.
Yeah.
And I think that every time you make a decision in life such as that one and you say, nah, forget that, I'm not going to listen to you, I'm going to do what I need to do. Not only are you showing self-awareness, but you're even sharpening that sword, bro. You're making yourself more disciplined for the next time and the next time. And if you keep this discipline up, eventually your discipline is going to be unmatched, bro. And then you can do anything in life.
Yeah.
I think anything in life that you want, you can have, right? Anything you want in life, you can have. But you got to have the discipline. You got to have the motivation. You got to allow time to take its course. And you got to work extremely hard. You got to work better than everyone else's.
You know, you willing to pay that.
Exactly.
To get that, yeah.
Now you take all those 5 things together and exactly what you said, are you willing to actually do all those things at once? It's not easy. It's not about taking the easy choice, taking the easy road. It's about taking the hard one every single time and just sharpening your tools, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I do every single day, bro.
Yeah, no, facts.
Very disciplined.
I mean, what does that look like? The books, affirmation, meditation, walks, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
you got a schedule, you know what I'm saying? Or do you just make sure these are the 8 to 10 things I need to do every day, they're gonna get done? Like, how do you do it?
You know, bro, it's all right here. Everything is right here. I ain't got to read no books. I don't have to tell myself nothing because it's all right here in my head. My mind constantly goes and goes and goes and it never stops, bro. I'm always pumping out new ideas. And I'm always telling myself too, like let's say for instance with my diet, I've been eating nothing but chicken, rice, shrimp, rice, and I've been keeping up with it for 3 months straight. And I'm seeing the results. But mentally, every time I tell myself, oh, let me get this cheeseburger, right? If I even take one bite of that cheeseburger, bro, like mentally, I'm gonna be distraught all day. And I'm gonna tell myself I'm a failure. I'm disgusted with myself. How could I do this to myself? And I think it's important that, it sounds crazy, but it's important that you have a good relationship with your own self.
No.
Your own mind.
That's super important, bro.
It's important that I can talk to myself.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy. I was
gonna say, most people say you crazy.
They might say I'm crazy, but the fact that I can go to my room and say, let me just conversate with myself real quick. And then I'm gonna talk to myself and say, you was talking about, having that cheeseburger. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go look at yourself in the mirror. Look how far you come and you want to eat that cheeseburger right now.
Yeah, facts.
Shut that noise the fuck up and just continue grinding, bro. And I literally tell myself that. I have conversations from here to here, bro. And I think that as crazy as it sounds, it keeps me sane. Yeah. And it keeps me disciplined because I'm always telling myself not to do that. Because if you do, you're a failure.
No, I think that's important, man. If you think about a lot of the things that probably help contribute to you becoming successful and continue to be successful are things that are not taught at an early age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If like, okay, in school, they say you can't cheat on tests. But collaboration is how you get successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you have to connect and build, right?
Of course.
They may say something like, don't talk to yourself, that's crazy. Or who's the kid over there in the corner, like, he ain't got no friends. But you need to have a good relationship with yourself to know how you're gonna interact with other people. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So it's like, I mean, that's huge. And a lot of people, they tend to only do things with people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one of my favorite things to do, I used to, cause I'm from Boston, so I used to always take walks and I used to go to movies by myself. Like a new movie come out, you know what I'm saying? And I just go to the movies. But in the movies, it allowed me to spend time with me, and I would always come up with ideas because I'd be watching the screen and I'd just be processing because I'd be getting different inspiration. Sometimes I bring my notebook and I just write down stuff, but I really enjoyed that. So I remember telling like girls or whomever, like, yeah, I'm about to go movies, or they'd be like, yo, what's wrong? You going by yourself? You know what I'm saying? Or I have friends who'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna go to the mall, but I'm not gonna go because I ain't got nobody to go with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so you're not gonna go no more because you're gonna go by yourself, or you're not gonna go eat because you don't have no one to go eat? I always thought that shit was weird to me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
I would always choose, like I remember when I had a bike, none of my friends had bikes. I was the only one like with a Yamaha. I would just roll on my own. You know what I'm saying? When I sold it 3 years later, then they started getting bikes. But I used to really just enjoy getting on a bike and just being in the open road and just riding. And again, it allowed me to process and allowed me to think. But I think having that relationship and developing a stronger relationship with yourself is super healthy.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, bro. I think it's extremely important that you become comfortable with yourself, you become best friends with yourself, because at the end of the day, all you really got, right? When you lay your head down at night and you go to sleep, all you got is yourself.
Yeah.
That's who you really got. And I was with this girl, okay, I was with my last baby mama. We were together for 3 years. And it got to a point where I became so reliant on her in every aspect of life. Oh, we going to Target. How we get there, babe? Tell me the directions, right? I don't even know how to get places. She'd tell me everything. Oh, I gotta go talk to this person. Talk to him for me. I'm feeling nervous. You know what I'm saying? It got to a point where I really relied on her, and that was very unhealthy. And that's one of the main reasons that we were not gonna be able to stay together for any longer.
Yeah, that's heavy, bro.
It's very heavy. And at the end of the day, I had to teach myself that, and even I'm a millionaire. Even when I was with her, I was a millionaire. I make multi-millions on my way to $100 million, right? So you might think I'm successful. Oh, he got millions and millions, but I was so reliant on her that I forgot who I even was, bro. I needed to take a step back, and this is my point. Even millionaires, people who are already successful, sometimes they fall off too, and they need that guidance. They need to, realign with themselves. So I took a step back from her, and when I was with her, I was 229 pounds. I was extremely overweight, bro. I was fat.
You was 229?
229.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine. Looking at you right now, I can't even imagine.
I was big, bro. I was a really big dude. And so reliant on her, extremely out of shape, overweight, unhappy, unhappy with myself. I didn't really feel anything with myself. I was so focused on this woman. And no knocks on her. She's a great woman and everything. But it's just me. I got in that position. So when I took a step back, I had to remind myself, I got to live for myself too. I got to find myself again. That's when I started to work out. I started to get disciplined. I started to eat right. I started to get that mental focusedness, and also remind myself it's okay to be alone. That was tough, bro. And it was tough even for me, bro. Even with millions of dollars and all these people want to be my friend and this and that. And none of that matters, bro. You got to be able to be okay with yourself. So I took a step back and, I grinded, and I could say now I'm at a point where I'm best friends with myself, and I'm cool with that. I go anywhere with myself. I don't need nobody to go with me. I don't need to have a girl with me when I go do this or that. I'm okay with spending the entire day by myself. I'll be in my room by myself, plotting new ideas. How can I make more money? I'm going to hit the gym by myself. I'm going to go eat by myself. I'm going to go to sleep by myself, and I'm cool with that. Yeah. Because I got me, and I know how far I've come. I know who I am, and I can have good conversations with myself and understand where I want to take the next steps in my life. And I don't need nobody anymore. But even as a millionaire, I had to take a step back because I was slacking. Yeah. And I think that's important, that you find self-awareness and you become happy with yourself, not just your surroundings. Don't just be happy with yourself. I mean, with the surroundings, but become happy with who you are. Yeah, who you are. I think it's important for anything in life. It ain't got to be financial either.
No, that's a good point too, because like you identify, you might be financially successful, but there's other areas in life that aren't.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you, like, having financial wealth is not necessarily everything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, you need it. We all need it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make life easier.
Yeah.
But there's still areas in your life that you have to also develop, grow, and become better in.
There's a lot of different areas in life that have nothing to do with money.
Facts.
Because I could be financially free, extremely wealthy, right? Like I was. But 229 pounds, I'm now 162 pounds. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about like almost 70 pounds or whatever. I can't do the math. But 230 pounds of just pure fat, probably 50% body fat. I mean, I was big, bro. I got all the money in the world, but how much longer do I have to live? You know what I'm saying? Because I was eating fast food 3 times a day for 2 years straight. No clean food, fast food. I'm talking about wake up, let me get some McDonald's. That shit was good. Get some Jack in the Box. It was good. And then I'm going to have some Cane's. What, 5,000 calories a day?
Yeah, facts.
For 2 years straight? Give me another 2 more years. I was probably going to die, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had gone to the doctors. They checked my cholesterol and all that stuff. Way up there. I was about to get on medication.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I said, no, I can't be living like this. I got to eat right. This is disgusting. I'm dizzy. I can't play with my children. I can't go for a run without getting dizzy. This is disgusting. I had all the money in the world, but I didn't take care of my body. My body, my mental. There's a lot of different things. It's not just money in this world. So if you do find success and you get rich, don't act stupid. Don't start eating like shit. Don't start doing drugs. Don't start drinking every night. Just because you got money, you don't get to just go treat your body like shit, because your body is the instrument that got you there.
Yeah, your body's that Lambo, that Ferrari, that Rolls.
It is, exactly, bro. And I'm going to be honest, some people got 2003 Honda bodies, but they capable of Lamborghinis, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so
that's
they gotta understand it's not just money. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental. Take care of your physical. And treat yourself good, man, because it's going to reward you. Your body will reward you if you reward it and take care of it.
So what's the day-to-day look like for you now, being successful? And then talk to us about the businesses.
Yeah, so for me, man, I wake up in the morning. We get up around 6 a.m. every morning. I day trade. I trade something called NASDAQ and US 30. So what this is just indices. It's basically 30 stocks put together into one. So I'm a stock trader realistically. And I wake up every morning, 6:30, I trade. Make my little bit of money here, maybe lose. It's okay to lose. I might lose some money.
Are you trading from between what time and what time?
About 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
About 7:30 a.m.
For about an hour.
About an hour every
day.
single morning.
Monday to Friday?
Yes. Monday through Friday. So I do my trading. After that, I go to the gym. I have a trainer. So we go to the gym. We get right with our bodies. We work out. We do cardio. We lift. Try to get myself in good shape. You know, I want to be, not only is getting in good shape good for you physically, but it's really good for you mentally.
No, facts.
Not just the discipline side of things, but like literally mentally it's good for you. Like you will feel better if you get your body in shape and you eat clean.
And you're gonna last longer, you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna last longer in a lot of things. Yeah.
You'll be in a better position to last. Yeah. And it helps you be younger as well. You know what I'm saying?
So you're gonna last longer in life. You know what I'm saying? So from there, I come home, I relax, I start eating a little bit. I'll have like my little clean chicken plate with rice. That's it. Nothing else. No snacks. Nothing crazy. No soda. I'm gonna have some water and some chicken. And then from there, I really just plot, bro. I sit there and I would take hours and hours each day to plot.
You got a certain area that you are where you doing this, or does it switch up?
It could be anywhere, bro. You know, because like I said earlier, bro, it don't matter where I'm at in life. I could be in the middle of a desert. I could be in my bed. It's where I'm at here. So right here is where I'm plotting. I could be anywhere plotting. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to think, how can I make this business better? Because I got a lot of online businesses. How can I make this business better? How can I make more money on this Airbnb? Or which properties are making me the least amount of money, but I can improve them by adding this, this, and that? Can I add a pool to this house and maybe my Airbnb numbers will go up?
Yeah.
You know, things like that. So I'm doing that all day, every day after I trade, after I work out, after I eat. Then I'm going to just spend most of my day doing that and plotting. But then not only that, you can't just, and this is where a lot of people mess up, you can't just have these ideas in your head and plot and like, you know, come up with these ideas, but you got to apply these ideas.
Facts.
And this is where a lot of people mess up is, I got a great business idea, but man, but you didn't even apply it. You didn't even attempt to apply it. At least try. So I have a business idea. You know, I could do this change. It's going to make this house, you know, sell for more. I can make this change to my trading community. And now, you know, I think it's going to be better for them. They're going to be happier. I can get more clients, make more money. that's cool and all, but let me apply that. So I'm gonna spend the last part of the day actually applying these things and testing
So
them out.
like an execution hour.
Exactly. I'm gonna execute. I'm gonna make sure that actually what I just thought of can work. Let me test it out and see if it works. If it doesn't work, that's okay. I'm gonna take my L. Maybe I spent $20K to add this to a program or one of my courses, or I spent $20K on a commercial budget that I've been thinking about, been plotting on, and it didn't work out. That's okay.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. It's a loss, but it's okay because tomorrow I'm gonna plot again, and I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try something new, and I'm gonna apply it again. And that's important in life. Don't just plot, but apply. You gotta apply. You gotta execute.
Yeah.
If you start applying and executing and things don't work out, don't give up.
That's a shirt, bro. Or like that's a piece of merch. Don't just apply.
Exactly. I'm gonna make that now. Don't just plot, but apply. And once you apply, be okay with failing. That's another step. And these things go on and on forever. And once you actually find something that does work out, don't be just satisfied, but make that idea even better and keep
100%.
going. And there's steps to these things. You just got to keep taking the steps, following the steps, and being okay with losing, being okay with winning, and understanding you ain't win all the way yet. You still got to keep going. So it's a lot of things in life, and it brings me back to my point where I said life's crazy, bro. Life is fucking crazy. It can be difficult. It can be rewarding. It can be depressing. It can bring a lot of happiness. But there's one thing about life that I will say is it's fucking crazy. And there's a lot of steps in life, a lot of things you got to follow, a lot of luck that has to be involved with certain things, and a lot of hard work, bro. And it's the sad truth though, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
Life is really fucking hard.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do in life, it's going to be hard. But if you're not willing to do it, then stay satisfied where you are.
And just because it's hard doesn't mean that it has to be not enjoyable, because hard doesn't always mean like bad. You know what I'm saying? Like hard ain't bad and hard's not like I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hard could just be you in traffic getting to where you need to be on time and you late. You know what I'm saying? And as a result of it, this might have happened.
Most things that are enjoyable in life typically involve a path that's hard to get there. Typically, right?
Yeah.
You want your body to look right, you got to go through a hard path to get to that. But when you get those results, things become enjoyable.
Yeah.
You want to start a business, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna take a lot of mental. It's gonna take a lot out of you mentally. It's gonna be very stressful. But when that business starts to make money, and you start to become successful in that industry, that's enjoyable.
Facts.
And you get to look back and be like, damn, all that hard work I put in. Look at that road I took to get here. But now I'm enjoying life.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. Go through the hard times, and then enjoy it, man. It's rain before rainbow, so you just got to deal with it.
Hey, listen, if you're looking to grow your podcast business or you're looking to leverage podcasts to grow your business, you want to tap in to the Podcast to Profits Academy. We're going to teach you exactly what it takes for you to get more exposure to grow and scale your business or leverage podcasts so you can do more revenue. What you want to do is head over to podcast2profits.com and apply to work with me and a member of my team.
If you was going to make life easier based on your experiences, teenagers, somebody high school, college, they're listening to the podcast, watching the podcast, what would be some of like Mamba principles, MambaFX principles, that you feel like if you could go back, you wish you would have known that could even expedite your success? But if they digest that right now, they can be on that path to be successful.
I think in life, it's not really about, I wouldn't say it's about making life easier. I would say it's more so about preparing yourself for the hard times and telling yourself it's going to get hard. It's going to get rugged. You're going to go through a lot of pain. But just preparing yourself and being okay with knowing that it's going to be hard, but there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I think that's more important than like, how can I make things easier? Because nothing in life's easy. Nothing that comes with positivity doesn't have its flashes of negativity. So you have to go through these hard times to become great. How can you prepare yourself mentally though? How can you sharpen that sword before battle? That's more so how I would look at things. I would say, tell yourself, this ain't gonna be easy, but the rewards that you can get from it are worth it. That's what I would tell anybody, that they need to start to actually understand, instead of like, how can I make this road that's really hard easier? No, how can I make myself stronger so it doesn't hurt as bad when I go through it? I think that's more important to me personally.
Yeah.
It all comes back down to this and being mentally strong and you know, having that self-awareness that nothing's going to come easy.
Are there certain things you would recommend for someone wanting to get mentally stronger, or you know, just focus in on, yeah, okay, cool, it's not going to be harder, but like, how do I stay on track? Because there's a lot of distractions for people.
There's a lot of distractions in this world.
I mean, you mentioned girls, you know what I'm saying? People telling you that, you know, take the easier route,
Right.
or
Bad
do this
influences.
instead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe your family, you know, aren't really supporting what you got going on. You know what I mean? Maybe you did try, you failed a bunch of times, you know, and you want to kind of give up. You don't want to try something new. So what would you say maybe there are some things that people could get into to help with that based on your experience?
I think getting mentally strong is one of the hardest things to do, but I think it just comes down to like a lot of trial and error, a lot of testing things, and you got to just take that leap. You got to take that risk, because without taking that risk, you're not going to go through hard times anyways. If you're just taking an easy route your entire life, then you never have to get mentally strong, but your life's going to suck. I think just taking those risks, like if you really want that you have this passion that you want to chase, then go for it. Take that leap, take that jump, take that risk. And if it fails, it fails. But then try something else right away. Just keep going and keep going and keep trying different things. They keep failing. Every time you fail, bro, you get stronger mentally. Some people are weak-minded, and the more times they fail, the more weak-minded they get, and they do give up. But I think that you can't strengthen anything without first going through it and actually feeling the pain and actually understanding what loss feels like. The more times you lose, the more times that you fail at something, it's not going to make you greater. Because now the next time, what can you do? You can look back and say, damn, I failed when I did that. Why did I fail though? Oh, I did this, this, and that. So now with this new business that I'm trying to start, let me avoid those mistakes that I just made.
Nah, that's a fact.
And now if this one fails, I've already failed once. I failed twice now. It sucks, but I know what it feels like. You fail a third time. You failed twice already. You know you're going to fail. Then you start realizing, damn, it's okay to fail. I keep failing.
It's not even going to hit the same.
It's not going to hurt as bad. The first time's going to hurt the worst. The second time's going to hurt the least, or the less than the first time. And so on and so forth, until eventually, when you do win, you're like, oh, damn, not just one. I had a successful moment, or a business that took off. Let's start another one. Nah, let's say you lose again. It's okay. I've lost 100 times. I've won once. I know it's possible to win. And just keep going until you have multiple avenues that have become successful. And by then, bro, you're so mentally strong here, bro. You've been through the worst. You've been through the best. You've been through decent times, bad times, good times. Now you're set for life because you strengthen this, so you can continue in life successfully. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
So when you first started getting money, what are some of the things that you did? Like, oh yeah, I got some money now. Definitely gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you weren't able to do it. Got some cash. Was like, yo, I can do this now. What was that like?
The first time I ever made money, man, the first time I actually had saved enough to buy something, I had about 10,000 in the bank. And I was like, man, growing up, I didn't drive nothing. I have no car. My first car, it was like a beat up 2002, and it was ugly, bro. This shit was brown interior. It was a Buick, 2002 or something like that. And it didn't drive good, bro. It kept like driving on its own. It would shift weird. It was all types of messed up. So when I first made my first $10,000, right, I had 10,000 in the bank. I took every single dollar, and this goes to, you know, back to like believing in yourself. I truly believed in myself, and I wasn't one of those people, and I'm still not one of those people where it's like, save every penny you get, save every dollar you get. I don't believe in that. I don't think you should save every dollar you get. I think you should spend money because you believe in yourself. I took that $10,000, I put it down, I got a Camaro. And you know, I haven't driven nothing like this in my whole life. This was like a Lamborghini to me. Of course I want a Lambo, but this is crazy to me. This is a V8 SS. This is a crazy Camaro to me. It's loud. You know, I'm gonna get it wrapped and everything, but I spent my last $10,000 and I got the car because I knew that I believed in myself, and I knew I'm gonna get another 10,000 next month, or I'm gonna get this next month. I believe in myself enough. So I think it's important that when you do start making money, spend it. Spend some of that money, because if you're not spending money, you don't believe in yourself, then you're already failing here.
Yeah, it's heavy, bro.
You got 20, 30K in the bank, and you really want to get this new, it could be something stupid. It could be let's just say you want a little bust down piece. It's like 15,000. Get it. You want it. Get that piece. Continue to work hard. Matter of fact, don't continue to work hard. work harder.
Work harder, yeah.
Why would you want to go make another 15K when you can make 30, 40, 50K and get something even bigger? You know what I'm saying? So obviously don't go and spend your money stupid and buy this, this, and that, and now you got nothing. I mean, I'm not saying to do that, but if you're making money and you really, truly believe in yourself, it's okay to buy things and reward yourself. I think that without rewards, there's no reason for anything in life. Why would you work so hard all your life for no rewards? You're working towards something. You make $1 million and you've been wanting a Lambo your whole life, spend 30%, get that Lambo, but then continue to work harder and harder every single time, bro. I think you should be spending money. I think you should reward yourself and reminding yourself you're human. You got what you deserved. You actually worked towards something. And now, damn, I just put a little dent in my account. I need to go get some more money.
Yeah, facts.
And then you work harder to get more money.
Yeah.
I think it's important to keep doing these things, these trials and errors, and just keep grinding and keep spending money and making money. And it's all process, bro. But I think it's very important that you do reward yourself often, and it gives you more reason to grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about something that you really enjoy that has nothing to do with money, that makes you happy?
Something
you really enjoy the experience.
I think seeing other people happy. I like to give back. I like to give to communities. I like to give to the homeless.
Like random on the street type of thing?
Everything, bro.
Okay.
Whether it's I made someone's day. You know, one thing that I really enjoy too, other than giving back in a financial way, now that it just crossed my mind, is making people smile, making people laugh. One thing I will say is I'm pretty funny. Like my videos and stuff, they cause a lot of laughs. I'm pretty goofy, and I enjoy making people laugh. If I'm not gonna help make you money, I want to at least make your day. You know what I'm saying? So I do get a lot of joy from making people laugh, making people happy, and letting people know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And if there's anything above all that I love to do is motivate people. And that goes back to making them happy.
I read your post. I think it was this morning, yesterday, you was talking about last couple of posts, you know what I'm saying, was a little flashy or whatever.
Right.
You felt like you wasn't really giving people the value.
Yeah, bro. I felt like I got to a point where I was being something I'm not. And I was being kind of cocky, kind of flashy, and I feel like that's not me. So I decided that, you know, I need to stop talking in those certain ways just for social media, trying to blow up, whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm trying to make people smile like I always have. I'm trying to create content that people can enjoy, they can laugh at, but they can also learn from and understand. It's time to be funny. It's time to enjoy yourself. But there's also a time to be serious and lock in. Like I can go from being funny and enjoying myself, having a good time to, nah, it's time to lock in. I'm gonna be serious now because I gotta go grind and make more money for my children. I gotta do this. I got a business I gotta work on, and I can just lock straight in. There's a time for both. Yeah. And people gotta understand that it's okay to lock in and be disciplined, but it's also okay to have a good time.
Yeah. So MambaFX telling you to cut motherfuckers off, basically.
When it's time to cut them off, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah.
So second of all, you just mentioned, you know, making people happy, you know, giving joy, you know what I mean? So I got a gift for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Got you a gift. These are my money affirmation cards.
Oh,
so
shit.
one of my first digital products was probably like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I made 3 different sets of affirmation cards for people.
Okay.
So one was a mindset one, a money one, and one was just like I statements, like affirmations. So this, I made them physical too. So those are physical joints.
You mind if I look at them?
Yeah, open them up. Yeah, so 52 cards, just like a regular playing deck. And basically the whole vibe behind those was helping people get mentally stronger around either mindset, money, or affirmation, like I statements. So you could read one a day, you know what I'm saying? You can go through the whole deck. You could take them with you, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to give you that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, this is nice, bro. I actually like these a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And the quality crazy.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro.
Quality crazy.
Just like you said, you got to go through them. First time I got them, quality wasn't crazy.
Yeah, of course, bro, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So we just had to just improve them and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my gift to you, bro.
I really appreciate this, bro.
Amazing having you on the show today.
For real, bro. Yeah. And I always tell people too, like, anybody can learn something. You know what I'm saying? I might be where I'm at. I might have made millions, this, and that, and I'm happy. But, you know, with these, bro, I could go through these right now and I'm going to still gain from it.
100%.
Still gain knowledge, and I'm going to still gain.
It's always a lesson.
Yeah,
sometime in life also, bro, it's like, sometimes you don't meet somebody or get to a certain point or get to a certain experience till you get to a certain age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember my great grandmother, the one I was telling you about, I didn't meet her, like, she had a whole life before I even came.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think when I was born, she was like around 60-something. So she had to go 60 years before she even met me.
Of course.
And then when I was there, like, the love I felt for her, just the way that she was in my life was just like, I was so important to her. You know what I'm saying? But she went through a whole life, multiple different experiences before she even met her great-grandson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So life is funny like that. It's like, there might be somebody that may not even be born yet, or someone that's going through something right now, but they got to go through what they got to go through for you to randomly meet them at like Santa Monica Pier.
It's crazy,
You know what I'm saying? And the day, you wasn't even supposed to be at the pier that day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But then now you got that relationship. You know what I mean? It's even like this podcast. Like, you know, like I had to have the idea to have the podcast. You have to have the idea of, I want to go on more shows. Whatever lined up to that point, you know what I'm saying? DMs, conversation, text messages, email, boom, led us to this moment.
It all led to this moment.
It's all led to the moment.
It's all about the stars aligning, bro.
Yeah.
And another thing that's crazy to me too is like, everybody got a different experience in this world. Everybody experienced something different. Like how you had said, you went through what you went through. I went through what I went through. But I know people who had a mom and dad in their life the whole time and very happy. You know what I'm saying? Happy family. They never went through nothing. Everybody goes through different experiences, bro. And that's what's crazy to me too is like, I don't know, bro. This world is crazy, bro. Like I keep bringing it back to that, but like the world is really crazy, bro. The way the stars can align, the way they can unalign, and the way that we all have our own experiences is genuinely a beautiful thing. And I think that's how it was supposed to be. I think that's what it was meant to be. I think that, you know, God put us here, and, you know, some of us go through really tough times, but we make out in a good way, a better way. We're molded by those things. And then some people have a great life and then bad things happen. Then maybe they change from there, whatever the case may be. But I think everything's changeable within yourself. I think you change your own future. I think you control your own future. And that's the beautiful thing about life, bro.
No, 100%.
And then even like these cards you got me, right? Like the stars align. For all you know, I go home, I look at this, it inspires me to do something crazy. And if I wouldn't have met you,
you want to have,
I wouldn't have made
another
10 million on a new business I start. You know, there's so many things in life, bro. And life's beautiful, bro. That's all I can say. Life is beautiful, so enjoy it. You know, grind when you can, have fun when you can, and just enjoy life, bro, because it's a beautiful thing, bro. It really is a beautiful thing.
Well, yo, anything else you want to let the people know? Where can they find you? Obviously, you want to leave them with a word or two of wisdom or anything like that?
You guys can find me anywhere, Instagram, YouTube. It's just MambaFX. Mamba like the snake, and then the letters FX. You can find me anywhere, bro. TikTok, all that stuff. Posts and stuff, and trying to motivate, trying to make people laugh, and then hopefully become better entrepreneurs at the end of the day, bro.
100%.
But I appreciate this, bro. I'm gonna definitely go home and I'm gonna look through these. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Quality crazy too, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, MambaFX, Brendan, On the Pursuit Podcast. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Make sure you follow him. All the information will be below. And I will see you guys on another episode.